So the only things, clients will ask, is there anything that, what happens if on day one, what would change the price? Because the price that we give you in our contract is the price that you pay. We don't do change orders. The only time we would do a change order would be if the client wanted to do something minor, make a minor change like, you know what, I really don't want that towel bar that we ordered and that you're planning on putting up, but I'd rather have a towel ring. Okay, so that's not a major thing. But they can't really make major changes because we have everything planned for and everything is being delivered. So that would be the one of the two things that would make the price increase. And the other thing would be unforeseen conditions. So there's 3 unforeseen conditions that I do make my clients aware of before we start, especially if it's an older home. If it's a home that was built in 1987, it's going to be very, very unlikely that you're going to have any of these 3 unforeseen conditions. But Ernie's going to go over the first one.
So the most significant one, I would say, would be what's called floor deepening, and that's something that's not usually present in a house that's less than 60 years old. Most homes that are 60 years or older in this area contain what's called floor deepening, which is actually poured concrete between the floor joists in the bathroom, and that has to be removed. It's an antiquated process, and it's something that's no longer done. And it doesn't result in a good bathroom floor if the tile is removed. So we remove all the deepening, and we add sister joists to the side of the existing joists and put new plywood subfloor down, and that's usually around a $600 to $800 item if we discover that that's required. There are some instances where we can tell if there's deepening in the floor, but without opening the ceiling below and looking up inside the floor joist base, we can't really be sure that it's there. So we'll either, if we really think it's present, we'll put in the $600 or $800, which we could always credit later, or it could also be an upcharge.
Yeah, we find that out on day one of the production of your start date. We find it out right after demo. So we would let you know, this is what we found, this is how much it's going to cost, and you're good. That's one of the 3 unforeseen. The other 2 unforeseen would be asbestos and mold or mildew, and those are also easily resolved. In my 15 years of working here, I've come across one bathroom that had asbestos where we had to move the pipe. If you're not moving by law, if we're not moving any piping that is wrapped in asbestos, we don't have to have a professional company remove it. So that's good.
Yeah, and I think that pretty well covers what kind of issues may come up after the job starts. There are really very few issues. We do a thorough inspection before the bathroom starts, so that we can try and anticipate any issues that may come up and allow for them in the design and the construction cost. But there are very few, and I think that covers most of them properly.
Yeah, I mean, the entire job is designed and selected prior to project startup, so you're really not going to have we have everything selected. It's all designed and it's all delivered. It's all ordered and delivered. So the construction process goes pretty smooth, which is really, really nice.
And if we do, the other thing I should mention, if we do encounter an unforeseen condition, we stop the work, we assess the problem, whether it's asbestos on pipes and or the deepening. We produce a cost estimate for it, and and then we go in and we do the work after it's approved.
Yeah, we don't go to another job. Like we don't say, oh, sorry, now we're on hold and we're going to go to a different job. We don't do that. We continue working on your project.
And all of this helps to keep the budget intact.
Absolutely.
It prevents hidden costs. in terms of the bathroom construction estimate, it's very thorough, it's very inclusive, and that's important for the client so that there are no surprises after construction. A lot of people have told me that they've done bathrooms, and contractors come back to them and say, "Well, I forgot to do this," or "I didn't anticipate this," or I didn't include the tub drain or some of the other fittings because I thought you were supplying that. There needs to be very clear communication, and there should be a very thorough and detailed estimate, including all of the things that are included in the bathroom as well as what's not included in the bathroom,
Yes.
which in our case is only painting. Everything else in the bathroom is included, and there's no additional costs. If something comes up where we didn't anticipate something, or other than an unforeseen condition, if we make a mistake or forgot to include something, it's not going to come back to the owner. We're going to take full responsibility of that.